Hello, and welcome to today's video presentation on creating your inside marketing plan. This presentation is going to help you design a plan for generating revenue for your entire company, but it's very important that we look at all the facets and what your actual inside marketing plan affects, because it's not only affecting the amount of leads you're bringing in, that it affects sales, that affects new business, but it also affects the perception of your brand. And it also, it can affect you getting MDF money from your sponsors. It can also affect your employees. So we're going to talk about all these different things so you can make the best use and really do your due diligence to create an effective inside marketing plan that's going to help generate revenue and get your team and vendors excited about what you're doing to help grow your company. So a solid marketing plan really consists of three parts. And number one, you got to have a plan, right, which is whatever it is you're going to do. But when you do it, you have to have the plan as it relates to looking inside. And when you look inside, I'm talking about not only your existing clients, because they're a very big, important part of your marketing effort, but a look at your employees as well. And how your employees are going to look at that data, reference that data to help keep enforcing the message or enforcing a sale or enforcing a prospect looking for additional information and help nurture that marketing process so we can turn it into a solid lead or help the sales process until it turns into a sale. Then we're going to take a look outside, which is what we're talking about again, the perception of your company's brand, net new clients, how they look at your marketing as a way to get interested in the products and services that you offer. So it's a very, very important part to the entire outcome, and it is the hardest part. That's really where the fight's going to be at. How well can we adopt our marketing message so that we get a lot of net new clients asking us about business, and we can go ahead and increase more clients, more revenue, right? And it's all good things. So we'll talk about all three parts. So let's take a look inside first. We're going to do your existing clients. That's the first thing. We got to look at where everyone's at. Every single client that you've had, and if you've watched the video presentation on the Client Solutions Roadmap, this will resonate to you. So if you haven't, I suggest you watch it right after the conclusion of this presentation. But your existing clients, most of us in the channel, we have 4 or 5 different services, all the way up to 12 services that you offer, or 12 solutions that you offer your clients. And that can consist of print management, VoIP, cloud solution, web-based services, vendor management, your consulting services, training services, whatever it is that you offer. We got to look at the entire suite set. And then we got to look at how many of your existing clients are currently engaging you, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or all of your solutions today. And as that breaks out, the solutions that they don't have, we got to start marketing. We got to start creating a marketing plan to bring those solutions in front of them. And let me tell you why this is important. Perfect story. You got a client, and things are going great, and we all have been there. And all of a sudden, you haven't talked with them in a while, and they give you the call today, and they say, "Hey, I need access to all my servers. I need the server passwords." Well, you pretty much know by then it's over. So when you finally start asking questions and saying, well, what happened, if they go with another competitor? Well, this person was offering voice over IP plus all the solutions that you had. And you're like, well, I offer those too. But they never knew about it. And that's a shame because we're doing so many other things, it's hard to pay attention to all the existing clients. So we got to make sure that they're constantly aware of all the solutions that we have to offer and how that affects their business. So we'll chop up the marketing plan to touch those folks as well. Then we got to take a look at the verticals within our existing clients that we go after. So you may have, if you're really referral based right now, you probably have verticals all over the place or clients all over the place. Some medical, some legal, some nonprofit, some manufacturing, whatever they may be. Government. We really got to break that out as how it breaks out by vertical, and create specific campaigns for them because the marketing message. And there's another video presentation on your marketing message. It has to be specific to the pain points that line of business suffers. So how that's all put together is in that webcast. And then we got to identify the current solution stack that we have. And we talked about that. What are all the things that we have to offer and how many of our clients are buying those things today? On the look outside, we're going to look at new vertical opportunities. So maybe you want to get into a new vertical market because it's hot, like healthcare, right? Everybody wants a piece of the stimulus funding. How can I get involved in that? Some verticals are always good. Professional services firm, financial services firms, legal firms, nonprofits are great, manufacturing, government, etc. So we got to look at those new verticals you really want to go after and how we can get involved and how our marketing plan is going to help affect us getting into those verticals. We got to look at the go-to market solution because this is important as well. When you're marketing to a new client, we talked about it can't be the same. For instance, it's very hard to offer managed services or cloud infrastructure as a service to a net new client that doesn't know you. So you're asking them to give up a lot of their infrastructure, a lot of their personal assets, a lot of their network and their business livelihood to a resource they don't know. And remember, this is a key point you're remembering. The new clients have no idea how good your technical skills are. They're vetting you out 100% based on the marketing impression your company gives. So since, like most of us, we don't like to get married on a first date, even though we may say some of us are hopeless romantics and we believe in the movies and you want that magical moment to happen. More power to you. But if you're going to go after the majority and you want to go after the businesses and get a better return on your investment for marketing, let's look at the solutions that we can kind of sneak in as our first kind of like entry-level solution. I like backup and disaster recovery a lot, or a lot of hosted or web-based services. They could buy hosted exchange from you. It doesn't take, it's not an incredible amount of an investment. It's not a lot of risk. You get to know each other, and you start selling your third and fourth solution after that. So your go-to market solution, whatever that's going to be, we got to determine it and create a specific campaign for the net new clients on that. And then we got to go to your networking and branding, because the networking side of things is we got to start looking for influential people in our network. Remember, when you network, you're not going after a specific entity. You're trying to go after that specific person's sphere of influence. It's said that every influential person knows about 250 people. So you want to develop a relationship with him on a networking perspective that can get you to that 250 people that they know. Perfect example, if you have a client, let's say in the legal industry, and you want to get into the bar association, you want to network with that person, develop a relationship with him, and have him see how he can help you get into that specific industry or that specific association. So were you really trying to go after him or all his people? So that's the difference between networking and prospecting. Once again, there's a video presentation that breaks that down in some detail that you should watch. Now the marketing mix. We talk about the marketing plan, and you hear it from the channel, you hear it from everywhere. There's direct mail, email, online marketing, social media marketing, SEO, pay-per-click, newsletters, advertisements, commercials, TV shows, industry events. I mean, if you're active in the space, you're getting at least 4 or 5 emails a day on one of these different topics. So you're looking at yourself and saying, well, I don't have millions of dollars in marketing. What should I do? Which one of these is right? Which one's going to yield the best return? And the truth is, there is no silver bullet. The right thing is to figure out how you can get your company in a position where you can do all of this, because your clients don't understand. You can't predetermine for your clients how they want to hear from you. Some people do value direct mail over email. Some people do value the SEO side of things, just to be able to find you on Google, and that gives them credibility. Others on social media. Since you don't know, we got to figure out how to put inside your marketing plan the things you're going to do today and create specific times for that and what direct campaigns you are going to do, and put some of your static campaigns, a lot of your electronic marketing, SEO marketing, kind of on an ongoing task-based perspective that your company has visibility on. And then also plot out a lot of the new types of marketing you would like to do in the future, as long as we start to get some ROI and start to grow our company. Because if you put the fact that you're going to do a television advertisement 3 quarters down the line, hey, if get people fired up, it'll get your marketing folks or whoever's in charge of that effort to really knock it out, so you can get there one day. And really, it's all about becoming masters of these specific things. Once you become a master of direct mail, email, you can cookie cut that process or build a templated process on how you do those operations, so you can focus on becoming good at the other things that you want to do as well. They all work. It's just a matter of your skill set in each one of these different things. Okay? Now, the importance of the marketing plan. Your overall marketing plan must be a critical point to your business strategy that reinforces the dialogue you want to have with your clients, that enforces the sale. or the message you're trying to covet the most. So what you want to do in this specific example is to say, is everything that I'm doing portraying the proper message I want to give a prospect to help them and aid them in the process of becoming a client of mine? And if you're doing that, if you remember what that is, that one single thing you're really trying to get clients to do, then all the rest of the marketing can be put together. And then you can have a really effective plan, because every element of that plan is going to be designed to reinforce that message. Now let's take a look at this. If you're looking right here, you can see that this is, well, look at that document. I can never understand that or break that down. It looks very, very cumbersome. But every color, every single line has a meaning. And you can create your own colors as you reference it to yourself, but we're going to break this document down into some details so that it's not so overwhelming. But once you really start to work with this and you really spend the time to understand how this document works, it's very, very clear, very easy, and your entire team will know everything that's going on from a marketing perspective that can help you right across the line. And we'll get into some detail on how that works. I'll give you a specific example in just a minute. So let's take a look at this. The top is going to be how we sort the marketing list. So this is based by vertical. This is based on static campaigns that we do, existing clients, new clients, all that type. We got to break out the list specifically, and we got to have an active count, and we got to figure out, we got to name those lists so that we know how that list, how that campaign identifies the marketing material that's going to that specific client. So we'll go into some detail there. You got your static campaigns. If you can see there, I got dates. These are things that you can program and automate. If you have a good marketing engine like Constant Contact, you can do an automated newsletter as long as you have some good RSS feeds or some good tools you can use to populate that newsletter. The holiday mail campaigns, the client appreciation campaigns, the win wires. Talk a little bit about win wires and effective marketing strategies. Once again, another video presentation you should watch. But all those things that can be automated, that is static, that is canned, it's just that other touch to enforce branding and keep your clients informed of what you're doing. All of those things is going to be broken up in this top section. So that's the dates for that and the costs associated as well. Then you're going to go ahead and put together even further the campaign delivery schedule. So if you're going to do a Martin Luther King campaign, the reason I like having dates behind our campaign schedules is you can usually piggyback off of something like 4th of July or Christmas and really create some really creative marketing messaging. So you can piggyback off those things that gives your clients the right impression that, you know, this is not something I just canned and delivered to you, but it's something specific. I'm aware of the times and what's going on. And you can run your promotions accordingly. Okay? But more importantly, this is the biggest aspect of the dates, is I'm going to give you a perfect example. Okay? So oftentimes a business owner will tell their sales professional, hey, this week I got a campaign going out here, here, and here. These 3 dates. So stand next to your phone and be ready to take some calls because they're going to be calling about these things. But what if they call your service desk? And you get that person, what are you going to do? Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let me hand you off to a sales professional. Well, that's not really the impression you want to have the first time you speak to a client. But if this was clear, visible, blown up in a plotter on a big LCD screen in your office, and you could see this, and they can quickly look up and say, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. This is the campaign on disaster recovery that you had. Oh, of course, yeah. Well, let me go ahead and get some specific information from you. I'll make sure that a sales professional contacts you immediately. Thank you so much. It's just an enormous, powerful tool. And it gives your sales professionals ammo on when to actually make their prospecting calls based on the day that the collateral arrives. When you're making those prospecting calls, oftentimes it goes such a long way when you time the calls the day that your collateral arrives. Say, hey, I sent you a postcard the other day in the mail. I had a picture of a jump. Oh, yeah, it's right here. I got it. You know, and you guys start talking about it. It makes a difference. Trust me. And then on the bottom section of it all, you're going to go ahead and have the results of the campaign. So you're going to have the date you send out the email, the date you send out the postcard, the date you send out the press release, whatever that is. Then you're going to break those specific campaigns into specific sections on the results section and benchmark the ROI on every single marketing vehicle. So the ROI on the press release, how many leads you get off of that, how many leads you got off your website, how many leads you got off the email. You got to do that because you got to reinforce or spend the time on the things that are actually working within your client base, and the things that are doing terrible, we'll figure out how to fix it. Don't just keep investing in it. Figure out how to fix it. The visibility on how the campaign results from a revenue perspective, depending on the different media that you use, is just important. Because if you don't have visibility, you can't fix it, right? If you don't know what your sales professional is saying in a sales engagement, how can you train them to be better? So that's the concept there. And that's the overview of this document. And there's some specific video presentations that are going to break down each section in a little bit more detail. But that's really going to give you an overview of how this document works so that you can start to decipher some of the materials in this template that we have. So if you're looking below your video player, you should have some reference documents. There's a collateral library that will help reinforce the marketing plan template, a marketing ROI calculator to help you with the campaign results, and the actual template that I just showed you is available for download as well. So go ahead and explore those benefits and join us on the subsequent web video presentation that will discuss the Inside Marketing Plan in some more detail. It's been my pleasure to be with you for this short amount of time. I'll see you next time.